We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Romas, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Reanimation Scheme, where here we have officially met the three contenders of our heart, which is Audrius, Larissa, and Lord Waven, which I believe is the three love potentials that you can actually go for. Audie, are you okay? Are you daydreaming again?
Oh.
He starts, a distant look in his eyes clearing to meet Larissa's eyes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just distracted.
Oh, by what? I was listening, I promise. Audrius smiles, but I can still spot the veiled anxiety lining his face.
Rissa.
For what's worth, I do think you make a wonderful representative, Rissa.
Thanks.
Thanks, Audie. Just for that, you get an extra batch of free healing potions from me. As for you, Michiko, don't look so gleeful about my pains. You're not much better. You do realize that all death mages being summoned to the headquarters means your father is also here, right? Oh god, my father. I phrase as I process her words. Sienna, how could I have forgotten about that? I suppose I haven't seen my father practice death magic for so long, ever since he quit his job at the Death Investigation Division, that it completely slipped my mind that he's still on the official register of death mages. I really don't want to see him right now. Looking around me in fear of finding a certain familiar face, I take a few steps backwards, ducking behind Audrius' tall frame as much as possible. Have you seen him?
Yep.
I would have gone up to him to say hi, but I don't think he knows who I am.
Larissa.
Oh god. She merely giggles at me, unfazed by the tone of my voice. Her expression abruptly melts into horror as we hear another voice calling Larissa's name.
Oh dear Elinari.
Help me, I've been found! Is it your mother? Oh, it's your mom. A tall, elegant woman comes striding across the room towards us, her lips pursed in disapproval as she stares at Larissa. There you are, I've been looking all over for you. You really need to stop running off at the first chance you get, Larissa. You have responsibilities to uphold. I raised you to be better than this.
Oh.
I didn't run off, Mother. I was just saying hello to my friends who just arrived. At her words, Larissa's mother looks at us. The frown on her face eases a little at the sight of Audrius, and she nods in greeting at him. Audrius, it's good to see you again.
I'm sorry.
Good morning, Miss Urath? I'm sorry for keeping Larissa. It's not your fault. I know my own daughter. If it wasn't you, it'd be someone else. Larissa's mother glances at me with an arched eyebrow, and I mumble a greeting. Larissa steps between us and introduces me to her mother, who then tips her head slightly in my direction as acknowledgement. It's nice to meet you too, Miss Talisco. She turns back to her daughter, the crease between her brows returning. Larissa, the meeting will begin soon. We should start getting prepared.
No way.
Mother, the meeting doesn't start for almost another half an hour. That's not soon. Larissa's mother sighs, closing her eyes briefly. Audrius takes the opportunity to clear his throat quietly and pipe up, rubbing his chin.
Sorry
for interrupting, but can I ask a question? You said there's a meeting. Did the chief commander call a meeting already?
Oh.
Whoops, did I forget to tell you? The first meeting to discuss this situation is at 10. All death mages are supposed to attend.
Thank you.
I understand. Thank you for letting me know, Rissa.
Right.
I remember the mage reminding me to attend the meeting later when I was registering my arrival. How wonderful. I literally just arrived and I'm already expected to attend a meeting. Sienna, at least give me a moment to sit down and catch my breath.
You know.
Well, there's still some time left before the meeting begins. You can rest for a bit in your room. Alright, what's your room number so I can drop by sometime? At the mention of my room, I scowl, my frustration returning. I still haven't gotten one yet. They said all the guest rooms were occupied, so now they're trying to find some mages who have a place of residence in the capital to give up their assigned room at the headquarters. I have a feeling the game's gonna end when it's gonna ask you, well, what room do you want to join in? And it's gonna be Larissa, Audrius, or Lord Waven. Boom. I've been waiting here for a decade. Larissa lets out a small hum in sympathy and reaches out to pat my arm.
Oh.
Why don't you just come back after the meeting? If you want, you can just leave your bags in my room for now. Larissa's mother frowns, clearly not appreciative of her daughter's idea. Before she can object, another mage approaches her with some documents in hand. She glances at Larissa before stepping aside to discuss the matter with the mage in low voices. Granted a temporary reprieve, Larissa angles her body to make her sure her mother cannot see her face and pulls a pleading face at me, mouthing the words, "Save me."
Well.
I glance at Audrius, unsure whether to go with Larissa's suggestion. What do you think, Aldi? Should we just leave with Rissa for now?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Michiko, I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to join the two of you. I know I said I'll keep you company while you wait, but I didn't know there would be a meeting so soon, and I would like to head to the meeting early for preparations.
Oh, dear Elinari.
Not you too, Aldi. Shush, don't say it so loudly. My mother's going to hear you and scold me again. I really don't want to hear for the 100th time about how I should learn more from your example. What kind of preparations would you even need to do anyway? Audrey ducks his head and gives a small sheepish chuckle.
Sorry.
You know how I am. Prepare for a meeting? You're just gonna listen, aren't you? Ignore his madness, Michiko, so have you decided what you're going to do now? Oh, fuck. Well, unlike Audrey, though. Or Aldi, sorry. Take Larissa up on her offer, go to the meeting early with Audrey, continue waiting until I get my room. Oh, I could cuck both of them, but like, nah. I'll wait for my room. Will this give me a chance to meet Lord Waven some more, or no? I'm gonna go with Aldi, because I'm really into Aldi. Go to the meeting early with Aldi. I'm so sorry, Rissa. As much as I want to steer clear of the meeting, I have to go there sooner or later anyway. Might as well go with Audrius now. Especially when he's in this absent-minded, distracted state.
Right.
I'll go with you, Audie. the face of being denied. Audrius looks at me with surprise, his eyes widening. Larissa's reaction is even more dramatic, as she presses her hand to her chest and lets out a loud exclamation.
Oh, dear Elinari.
Who are you? Why have you possessed Michiko's body? Well, who wouldn't want this gorgeous face of mine? I can't believe you just said that about yourself, Michiko.
Look here.
I speak nothing but the truth. Audrius looks between the two of us and chuckles, rubbing the back of his neck. You don't have to come with me, Michiko. I know you don't enjoy dual meetings. Well, it's not like I can avoid the meeting. Better to show up early than late. I am still aiming for that promotion after all.
I guess.
Well, if you're sure. Ressa, would you like to join us?
No way.
I have more exciting things to do with my time. Larissa peeks at her mother, who is still deep in conversation with the other mage. She then begins to whisper.
Okay.
I'm going to find Fiori's? That's wrong. I don't know. And hide in her room for sanctuary for a bit. Don't tell my mother where I went. She murmurs a string of unknown words under her breath. The light blue sigil appears in the air before dissipating. Even though I can't see anything, I can faintly feel the air flowing quicker and stirring around her.
Catch you later.
She turns and makes a mad dash for one of the hallways, her speed twice as fast as usual. Did she just use an air magic spell to run faster from her mother? What the fuck? I think so. He glances at the direction where Larissa fled, and he shakes his head with slight amusement.
I guess.
We should go now. Unless you've changed your mind, I won't mind if you do.
Right.
I'll go with you. Lead the way, Aldi. A smile spread across Audrius's face, soft and warm.
Yes.
Then please follow me. Audrius's long legs carry him toward in a brisk strides, giving away his impatience to get to his destination. He doesn't seem inclined to walk, his eyes hazy as whatever train of thought demands his full attention. I decide to leave him be and follow along quietly as he navigates his way easily through the hallways of the headquarters. He makes twists and turns with such confidence that I'm convinced he knows the layout of the whole building like the back of his hand. I feel like one of his parents owns this place or something. That's why he's always at the headquarters. That is until I find ourselves in front of a staircase. My footsteps slow to a halt, while he starts to climb the steps two at a time, oblivious to my reaction. Wait a moment. Audrius, are you sure this is the right way? He blinks, clarity chasing away the fog in his eyes. He turns to look at me, then observes our surroundings before letting out a quiet exclamation.
Oh no.
I don't know how my legs led me here instead. Are you just blindly walking? I don't think you are. You're right, this is the way to the library, not the council room. I'm sorry, let's turn back. Oh, he's going to his favorite place. I clearly made the right decision coming along with Audrius. He likely wouldn't have realized his mistake until he was in the library. I sigh in exasperation, but choose not to comment as I trail after him once again. He continues to prove the wiseness of my decision as we make our short journey to the council room for the meeting. Even after his previous blunder, he remained so distracted that I had to grab his arm to prevent him from running into a pillar in his way at least 3 times. Did his eye twitch? Or that was just an animation error? It's a miracle we managed to make it to the council room with Audrey still in one piece. I glanced around the room, noting with interest that the table and chairs in the center have been removed, with rows of benches being added all around the room instead. There are more than a few death mages already seated and waiting for the meeting to begin. Some of them are talking among themselves, and even though I'm too far away to make out the words, it isn't difficult to hear the tone of concern in their voices. I quickly take a seat in the backmost row, on the second floor, which should be enough of a distance away from the important people up in the front. I throw my bag down on the ground, leaning back with a tired sigh. Audrius hesitates before sitting down next to me, and I eye him with a raised brow. Didn't you say you have something to do in preparation of the meeting?
Yes.
I was hoping to talk to Mr. Cavados before the meeting. I just wanted to understand the situation more, since it looks like a lot has happened while I wasn't here. I searched the room briefly with my gaze. I eventually spot the chief commander of the Imperial Necromancy Authority, Javin Cavados. He appears to be locked in conversation with a handful of agitated mages that I don't recognize. There he is, over in the top left corner of the room. If you want to talk to him, you could probably go up to him now. Audrey squints in the direction of my pointing finger and then shakes his head. Mr. Cavados seemed to be quite busy. Perhaps I shouldn't interrupt him right now. Judging by the look on his face, he might prefer it if you interrupt. Then again, I think that expression is permanently on his face, so I could be wrong. Audrey blinks at me, his mouth parting slightly as though he isn't sure how to respond to my comment. In the end, he merely gives an indulgent smile and ignores my remark altogether, but he remains where he's seated next to me.
Look here.
If you're worried about abandoning me to sit by myself, don't be. I know you arrived early at the meeting for a reason, and that reason certainly isn't to sit with me in silence for half an hour. I slide him a knowing look, and Archius dips his head and rubs the back of his neck, slightly embarrassed at being seen through.
I mean...
It would be rude to just go off by myself when you came with me. It's fine. It isn't important. I'm sure Mr. Cavados will fill all of us in during the meeting. I purse my lips thoughtfully and tilt my head at him. Are you afraid of Cavados when he's in a bad mood? There's no shame in admitting that. Most people are. He laughs then, his eyes crinkling in amusement. No, there's nothing to fear. Mr. Cavados is surprisingly kind, even when he disagrees with my opinions. Is kind the new synonym of harsh? Are we going to forget that Sebastian is still not with us? Or perhaps unfriendly? Michiko. With a hint of exasperation, Audrey looks around in haste, lowering his voice to an urgent whisper. Be careful what you say. You don't want your jokes to be heard by someone who takes it the wrong way, and get back to Mr. Cavados. Alright, yes, I know. I'll be quiet. Oh, is that him? He looks kind of scary. He looks very intimidating, actually. Sighing, I turn my head away to see the man in question disengage himself from the mages, not managers, mages he was conversing with at some point. Javin Cavados' gaze falls on Audrius, and he draws closer. I come to the belated realization that he's approaching us. Wait, Ziana, you couldn't possibly have heard my remark from all the way over across the room, right? Is that your grandpa? You guys have similar eyes. I nudge Audrius with my elbow in alarm, who responds with only a distracted questioning hum. Audrius Verret. I forgot. It was Verret, right? Not Verret. Verret. I'm pleased to see you at this meeting. What the fuck? Why not? All of us had to be here. But why are you surprised? Cavados stops in front of Audrius and addresses him, not even sparing me a glance. Relieved, I shrink at my seat as much as possible, trying to avoid grabbing his attention. Good morning, Mr. Cavados. I'm sorry for being late. Is that a smile on Cavados' face? Surely it can't be, right? Last I heard, the authority is not fond of Audrius' frequent proposals about improving the mage career system and welfare. Or has Audrius' likability grown to such a level that even Javin Cavados has fallen victim to his quiet charms? Worry not, you're right on time. I'm looking forward to your insightful opinions during the meeting. What? What? You're talking? What? Now I'm not the only one who looks confused and mildly alarmed.
I mean...
You are, but I mean... Cavados simply looks at Audrius and then at the front of the room. His brows pulling together. Why are you seated so far in the back of the room? It will be difficult to hear what you have to say from this distance.
I'm sorry.
I'm with a friend. Ziana? Ollie, did you have to draw his attention to me? Cavados slides his gaze towards me, and I immediately straighten my back, putting on my best smile. Michiko Talisco, if my memory serves me right.
Right.
Oh, good memory. Better than mine. That's me. He surveys me with a thoughtful look and gives a brief nod. It's good to see you finally taking an interest in the affairs of a death mage. That's a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one. Taking a deep breath, I try to keep my cool. Move further to the front of the room, Audrey's, if you will. But he glances at me, hesitating. When he sees my nod of affirmation, he finally agrees and climbs to his feet, picking his bag up from the floor.
Yes.
Though I can't promise I have anything of value to share during the meeting. Worry not, at this stage, any ideas, good or bad, are extremely valuable. Kevados, when was this thing here? Was this always here? Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Apparently so. I'm distracted, or they were always covering that up. Kevados leads Aldris to the front of the room. Aldris shoots me an apologetic look before following after the chief commander, but I'm just grateful that Kevados is gone. I slump down in my seat, stretching my arms above my head and yawning. I would take the opportunity to sneak in a quick nap, but with more and more mages trickling into the room, oh, hiccup. It's difficult to fall asleep with the noises in the background.
Hey!
Oh, hey girl. Chico, where's Aldi? Did he abandon you like the two of you abandoned me? What the fuck? We did not abandon you. We invited you and you're like, nah. So, get your shit together. Jerking out of my half-asleep state, I look up to see Larissa plopping down in the space on the bench next to me, leaning forward with a bright, teasing smile. I seem to recall you abandoning us first by running away with a haste spell. Only because you were going to leave me to the mercy of my mother. You're lucky I don't hold grudges. She pauses to wave at a few friendly faces as they pass by. Don't you need to sit in the front of the ground floor if you're a representative? Aldris also went down there as well.
No way.
I'm not sitting over there. I won't even be able to breathe without 50 people judging me for doing it the wrong way. They'll be just fine without me. Larissa's kind of funny. We soon settle down in our seats. Larissa proves the truth of her claims about having many friends among the death mages, as the one sitting next to her seems pleasantly surprised to see her and strikes up a conversation. Meanwhile, I let my eyes flutter shut again, trying to block out the sounds of chattering. Right as I'm intentionally complaining about how long it is taking for the meeting to begin, the room quietens without any warning, save for some lone whispers that stand out in the sudden silence. Startled, I look up with a frown. And I am over time, so this is where I'm going to be saving for today. But if the next episode is literally 2 minutes, I'm just going to throw it all together, okay? But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it,